Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Argon Federation, another bit of information about another faction in X4. So the Argon Federation is predominantly a human-led race, however there are other members of other factions that are obviously a part of them in the more civilian side of things. Obviously more military side is, well, we generally see more of the Argon, but they do employ other people from other factions, or other races I should say, as they are very diplomatic. Now, who are the Argon? Well, before the X4 Foundation's story, they were basically a faction of the Terrans. So they were Terrans that basically were led by a man named Nathan Argon, who basically led what is now known as Xenon into a jump gate away from Earth, and then the Earth jump gate was shut down behind them, and they were basically left in what is now the X universe that we now know, away from the Sol system. So they then, obviously without any connection to the Terran side of stuff, they then obviously formed their own factions. And what was left of them after the Xenon War basically settled down in Argon Prime. And there are various other splinter factions that come off them, like the Antigon and stuff like that, but we'll talk about them when we talk about their faction. But the main thing for Argon is that they are actually Terrans that have decided to kind of go on their own separate ways. There's a lot of them who don't know about, or who have forgotten about, the Terran Empire, or whatever you want to call it, and have basically, they don't even know what Earth is. Now there is a faction of the Argon that basically remember Earth and uphold the memory of Earth, and they obviously they work to try and keep that memory alive. Now, the main thing it says here says, over the centuries, many Argon forgot about their origins. Earth studies were not taught. It wasn't actually taught, and historical references were lost or restricted. Well, a lot of the stuff that happened with the Terran stuff, they basically wanted to forget. Earth would have turned into a fictional legend if the Gunner section did not preach about it. The Gunner started off as individuals out to protect the history of Earth. They became outcasts for their beliefs in the holy planet Earth. But now they are a multi-race society who are the leading experts on the history of the Argon and Earth during the Terraformer War. So there you go. They are a diplomatic organisation, and each city and space station has its own senator. The leader of the Federation is known as the President. They're a bit of a back and forward faction. They like to obviously push their war against the Xenon. As we've already known with the Borons, they've obviously helped protect the Borons against the split. They do get involved with a lot of stuff. Now, they are a part of a guild called the Foundation Guild, along with the allies, the Borons. And at the moment, even though there are little bits of trouble, as you know, in the X4 universe, they are at peace with the Paranids, the Split, and the Taladi. But obviously, there is tensions between the Paranid and the Argon. Now, obviously, in X4, we've had a reconnection of the Earth Gate, and there is now a bit more of a talk between the two, and obviously everybody now knows that Earth was a part of that, but obviously a lot don't still believe it. They think they are their own thing, and they've moved on from that, and, well, as you can expect from most things like that. So obviously in terms of what we get in X4, obviously we've now got to the stage where if you've got the all the expansions, then obviously the Earth Gate is now open again for you. If you haven't, then obviously it's not. They are generally waging war mainly with the Xenon and the Paranid. That's where they stand for us. So it's pretty much the same standing they've had throughout most of the X4. Then obviously there are missions that you can complete throughout that expand on that. Obviously, we already know they're mainly humans, but they do have multi-racial factions within their own sectors. So the last thing to note is obviously their main sector is Argon Prime, and if you decide to do a storyline based with the Argon, then generally you start around them areas and you can expand from there. However, obviously with them having influences with the Taladi and the Paranage, you can expect to be around them areas as well. So that's the Argon. So let me know if you'd like to know a little bit more of a deep dive on the Argon, their ships, their weapon systems. We've not really seen much in the way of new ships for a while for them. They don't really have much in the way of capital ships, but hopefully with the new expansions coming out we should see more stuff like that for them. But yeah, if you want to see a little bit more about the weapon systems and the ships that they employ, which if you haven't already played the game, then you probably have already seen them anyway, well, let me know in the comment section. But until next time, everybody, take care for now. Nice to see you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.